my name is Cindy, and I'm a senior at Penn, studying in mechanical engineering. I'm here today to share with you how God has found me, shown me His grace, and given me hope. I was originally born and raised in Boston to a non-Christian family, and I have an older sister and a younger brother. Early on, though, the idea of a normal life took a turn when my father got into a serious car accident, and a later stroke left me permanently speechless and paralyzed. My immigrant mother was left with the challenge of raising 3 young children in a foreign world. Despite her weak English-speaking ability and housekeeping job, she has raised us as we are today. It was not easy growing up, given our situation. Stripped of many of our childhood pleasures, my sister, brother, and I watched as our mother worried endlessly about our survival needs, all on a $400 a week budget. With all these worries on her plate, there was not much strength left in her to emotionally support us. Since I have very few memories of my father, he was a stranger to me, and our yearly visits to him were extremely awkward. Our families no longer talked about how my dad's accident affected us, nor did we talk of emotions anymore. Home became a place where I simply slept and ate. In my emotionally messy and confused state, I ran away to belong in a world of academics and extracurricular activities, where life was much more straightforward and controllable. And I got pretty good at it. I achieved high grades, joined a swim team, took piano lessons, while sustaining a relatively long list of volunteering activities. A part of me also assumed that if I did well in school, then I would be able to run away from my past and achieve my own dreams. I was independent, self-driven, and did not need any support from anyone. However, I learned quickly that I got myself into quicksand. Failure became my biggest fear, and it drove me to work harder and harder. And one day, after a bad piano recital, it all crashed. I broke down into tears under the stress of striving to be perfect and better all the time. And having shielded myself from any need of any emotional support, I had no one to turn to. So I told myself to be stronger. But on inside, I wish I had a little person who was there to listen to my troubles, to care for me, and just to be with me always. Unexpectedly, God has already been setting up His plans. After seeing one of my high school friends, I changed completely after accepting Christ. I decided to go to a church teen conference, which I expected to be a few pep talks about morals and how to live a good life. Yet, to my surprise, it was full of worship and prayer. The speaker there spoke on how humans are created to obey and to believe in a God. But the problem with faith is that people, including myself, are not ready to risk being disappointed. Having been in control of my life, I was not ready to let this great God to take the burdens of my life upon His soldiers. Yet when He started to explain the parable of the prodigal son, I started to realize that I could identify with that lost son who left his father's home to live a life of his own choices. All my life, I had made my own decisions about what was best for me and how I could better myself. He explained how God's love is similar to a parent's love, but different that parents are human and perfect, while God's love is unconditional and perfect. God was that father figure who always wanted beside me. The pastor then asked us to pray while he sang a song, and inside me, I felt a shiver of coldness run through me. I was sad, afraid, and happy all at once. But through it all, I felt great peace. I prayed for God's compassion and love to heal my past hurts and to fill my empty and lonely heart. I've come to understand that God has placed that prominent incident when I was 2 years old and defense that played afterwards to show me how much I needed His love and forgiveness in my life, and that I could not run away from my past or family anymore. I am now able to love my family without any more bitterness. As I struggle to depend and trust in God daily, I am glad that He has led me through my stubbornness, to enter my heart and to be that little person I wanted in my life, or rather, a great and powerful Father who loves me more than I can ever understand and will never forsake me wherever He may lead me. I now live a life no longer centered on my own achievements, but on Christ, who died for me. These past 4 years at Penn and with GCC, from joining a family group to serving as a leader, has challenged me to depend on Christ alone, yet also shown me His deep faithfulness to me daily. My dad actually passed away last year, and I know I could trust that this was a part of God's sovereign plans, and that He'll continue to heal my heart, and one day the hearts of my family members as well. It says in Philippians that the Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God will transcend all understanding, and and will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. From that day, when I received Christ into my heart, I am eternally grateful to know that there is a God who loves me so much, He'll be willing to carry my burdens and to die for me, so that now I can live the life of newfound hope. Thank you for letting me share with you the story of my life.